Hello and welcome to the Silver King's War. I'm Michael Sievers, the writer, producer, and creator of this podcast series about my father's Second World War as a B-26 bombardier. Today we conclude the first play, entitled The Suburbs, within the trilogy of the sequel to the Silver King's War, entitled The Silverfields of Northbrook. This is Scene 5, entitled Bailey's Beauty Supplies. It's spring of 1956, and Stanley's young career as an extraordinary salesman is about to take a dramatic turn. This turn to a new sales opportunity for a company owned within his family will change the course of the rest of his adult life and the lives of all the Silverfields of Northbrook. Stanley had spent a difficult decade at Acme paper box manufacturing in Chicago. Lee Bernstein, who was married to Stanley's sister Leona, owned the company, and Stanley returned from his European war to a production engineer position with Acme. It wasn't quite the role he imagined to begin his post-war life, but it allowed him to live in Chicago, a city he loved, and work in an essential industry that kept him from flying in the Korean War. His brother-in-law, Lee Bernstein, was an emotional puzzle, perhaps a manic depressive. Stanley, unaware of the extent of his brother-in-law's darkness, became caught in the backdraft of his sister Leona's family drama. The complicated context for these years matched Stanley's love for his sister and her children, Richie and Margie, against the daily grind of his Acme existence. Stanley knew after the Korean War ended that his life had to change, and it did when he quit Acme and joined R.R. Donnelley to sell yellow page ads in the burgeoning world of telephone books. Stanley was a very good salesman, and his uncle, Abe Bailey, who was married to his mother's younger sister, Rose, approached Stanley about selling wholesale beauty products for his growing company called Bailey's Beauty Supplies, with the offer and opportunity to sell wholesale beauty products in a large suburban territory. Bailey's Beauty Supplies was based in Chicago and owned by brothers Abe and Joe Bailey. And like other post-war industries, the beauty supply world was burgeoning and presented opportunities throughout the United States. The Bailey brothers were entrepreneurs. Part of their ambition was fueled by the fact that they may have been excluded from other professions like law and medicine. The business model they chose to sell wholesale meant that they would go out and capture opportunities from big manufacturers in hair products, hairspray, and shampoo, and colors and lipsticks. All those products fit well in the post-war life when women wanted to look beautiful and be out on the town. Stanley's timely transition to the world of beauty supply sales meant big changes for the family, and everyone was very excited about what was ahead for all of them. As this scene takes shape, Michael steps forward and stands beneath a single light and reads one of his regular letters to the Stearns. And he begins, "Dear Aunt Lucille and Uncle Lester, Mom and Dad have big news for us. Dad has a new job selling beauty supplies for Uncle Abe Bailey. They've got big smiles and lots of hugs. Dad said he'd take me on his sales routes to meet customers and learn his job. You should see his beautiful new business sales case. It's big. Do you know the Baileys? Uncle Abe is married to Aunt Rose. She's Mimi's sister. I hope you're well and rooting for the Cubs. I love you, Michael." And now, as the lights go up on this scene, the king is assembling his family in their Gregg Road kitchen to demonstrate his sales prowess to Shirley, Michael, and Cindy. He has a beautiful new oversized business sales travel case. It's filled with surprises for a happy family. The king begins, "Michael, where are you? Have you seen your sister?" And Michael responding, "I'm with Cindy in the basement. We'll be right there." And Shirley, "Stan, that's a beautiful case." "Thanks, honey. Abe and Joe presented it to me at our first sales meeting." Michael, clearing the stairs, exclaims, "Wow, Dad, that's a big case. Is it yours?" And Cindy, behind, "Hi, Daddy. What's new?" And the king, "This is my new sales case, honey. What do you think?" Cindy with a big smile, "It's beautiful. What's inside?" "Well, I went to my first sales meeting in Chicago yesterday. I met part of the company's team and learned about products to sell." And Michael, curious, "Dad, did you bring home things to show us? I want to know more about what you will sell." And Shirley, "Okay, Stan, the kids are beyond curious. Let's see what the Bailey's business bag holds." And the king, "You bet. Cindy, I've got new shampoo, comb, brush, and curlers for you. And Michael, you get the special brush and hair wax for your buzz cut. And Mom, this is a special set of Revlon lipsticks and the latest portable hair dryer." Michael inquires, "Dad, what about you? Did Uncle Abe make it a special day for you?" "He did, Michael. This envelope is a special invitation for us to have dinner at the Drake Hotel on our next trip to Chicago." And Cindy, "I remember that hotel, Daddy. Aunt Phyllis took us there to have lunch with her friend Jay." And Shirley, "That's right, honey. We had fun that day. Jay is such a nice, generous man. He makes Aunt Phyllis happy." And Michael, "I really like Jay. He's got a big Cadillac. I'm hungry. Can we have pizza tonight to celebrate Dad's new job?" And the king, "You bet, Michael. It's 4:30. We'll leave at 5. And as the lights go down on this scene, the Silverfields, a happy foursome, are sitting at the table in the kitchen on Gregg Road. In the darkness, so they're all in silhouette. They're laughing, full of hope and energy, and using their imaginations for what's ahead. And now Michael steps forward under a single light to read his next letter to the Stearns. "Dear Aunt Lucille and Uncle Lester, we are excited. Dad has a new job. He's selling beauty supplies for his Uncle Abe Bailey. I think you met the Baileys. Dad's mother, Mimi, is the older sister of Rose. She's married to Abe, who with his brother Joe owned Bailey's Beauty Supplies. It's a wholesale operation, and Dad has a north suburban sales territory. He said I can ride with him one day to learn what he does. Mom and Cindy have new lipsticks, and we're about to go out for pizza to celebrate the news and the happiness of Dad's new job. So, once again, I want to know, when are you coming to visit? We have great things to share with you, and I do miss you. I love you, Michael." And as Michael stands alone in darkness on the stage, we have reached the end of Scene 5, entitled Bailey's Beauty Supplies, of the first play in the trilogy, The Silverfields of Northbrook. This play is entitled The Suburbs. And you are listening to The Silver King's War.